We heard that Jesus prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me." Jesus knew what was coming because many threats have been made on his life. And for a while, he kept outside the cities where they were threatening him. But now it was time to go to Jerusalem. But as we heard, he didn't want to suffer. Neither do we. It isn't pleasant. But some suffering in life just cannot be avoided. It's part of being human. And we suffer because of the people we love, for love of them, sometimes because of them. And we also suffer for what we believe in. But Jesus goes on to pray, not just, "My Father, if this is possible, let this cup pass from me," but rather goes on to say, "Yet not as I will, but as you will." He didn't run away from the suffering which was his to face because of what he loved and who he loved. He loved those people around him. He loves us. He loves all who are created. And that love was so deep, he was not willing to save himself and deny what he loved. And he came to bring the kingdom of God into a dark and lost world. He came to bring the light which comes from God, as he was the light of Christ. And if it meant that he had to die to do that, he accepted it and did not run away from it. And there is a price to be paid by us also for who we love and what we love. Because if we said, "Well, I'm going to just protect myself, and I'm not going to love anyone or allow myself to be loved by anyone, and then I'm going to be safe and I won't have to suffer," except we experience the deep suffering of loneliness because there's no one around us who cares and no one we care for. And if we say, "I'm not going to stand up for anything," because we know by what we believe that people disagree with us, some do, and they persecute us, they criticize us, and you say, "Well, I just won't do that. I won't believe in anything." And then we have the suffering of saying, trying to figure out, well, then what's my life about anyway? And is it worth living? So you see, Jesus came not because he wanted to suffer, but because he loved us. And he came to walk with us in our suffering. And not just so that, "Oh, good, now we got two people suffering." That's not it. But rather that he might walk with us through our suffering to the other side, where, as we will celebrate, there is hope, and hope for new life. So, Jesus walks with us that we might walk more closely with him to new life.